I mean, we've done this animal a disservice. We should be proud of our animal. Basically bigging up the animal in Jamaica. This is our national animal. And what we've done is we've maligned it and we destroyed it and we've tortured it and butchered it. I can show you videos of what they've done to some of these animals. Up to last week, one was poached in Clarendon and they just butchered the animal and chopped stuff into meat and that's it. The police couldn't even stop it. We are inside the Holland Crocodile Sanctuary, or Holland Crocodile Conservation Sanctuary. I put this together around 3 years ago, basically because I had to close the operation I had on the White River in St. Mary at the request of the government and re-establish it more away from the public domain because of the nature of the animal, which we have done. And the reason why we have the sanctuary is we do a multiplicity of different, or we serve a multiplicity of different functions. We do rescue and rehabilitation, education, conservation, captive breeding for a Head Start program, which I've established with the administration to repopulate certain areas of the wetlands or certain parts of the wetlands around the south coast of Jamaica, which have suffered severe depletion of the species due to illegal hunting, poaching, over the years. So our crocodile population, our wild crocodile population, is in many areas very poor in terms of numbers, not only because of habitat loss but also because of illegal hunting of the reptile. What we're trying to do now is we're trying to re-establish young animals, not many but a few in different places, that we can maintain a wild population in certain areas to be more consistent with the ecosystems that we have left in place, because a lot of these ecosystems are now devoid of the reptile, and the reptile plays a very important part in the maintenance of the ecosystem by being a top-tier predator, and without it the ecosystems are not as strong, the few that are left. We have here all different ages in terms of our Head Start program. We captive breed, so we have basically hatchling animals every breeding season, and then we keep them for 3 years, and then at the end of 3 years now what we do is we screen them for health, all health checks. We microchip them, give them their own personal ID, electronic ID, and then we select places for them to be released. Animals that size will normally be about 3 feet long, so they're basically strong enough to go out back into the wild and fend for themselves. At the same time, they're not posing a threat to anybody because they are small animals, and they will hopefully find places to establish themselves and then gradually rebuild populations.
How did you get started in this line of business?
1980, I returned to Jamaica after studying abroad, and because I've done reptiles for many years, basically while at school abroad and college, I basically came back and there was very little going on for the crocodile in Jamaica. There was the infrastructure for protecting and looking after these animals and basically monitoring the state of the populations in the wild was very sparse. So I offered my help, and I ended up doing it for years. So I basically go out there and educate people as well. People come here to be educated, and I go out there and educate communities about the reptile and the need to protect the reptile. Don't kill it, don't poach it. I know it's difficult to tell people not to do certain things because fear factor and also the fact that they can make money from the meat, but we try our best. This particular species of crocodile, it does grow large, it is intimidating, but we have close to 24 different species of crocodilian around the world, and of all the crocodilian species, this is one of the most mild-mannered. It's not normally aggressive. You have to really provoke it for it to turn on you. They normally keep themselves to themselves, and they're also highly intelligent, as crocodilians go. And basically you can do a lot with them. You can work with them, you can train them to a degree. They're not working off of pure instinct. They get to know you, they trust you. So, I mean, I wouldn't put them on the same parallel as a cat or a dog, but I put them pretty close to a parrot because they're more closely related to birds than they are to lizards or snakes. Crocodilians come from a different line of evolution than lizards or snakes or tortoises and turtles. These guys are more like the birds. So you can think of a crocodile as a reptile which has actually scales and teeth instead of feathers in the beak. They're highly intelligent. So that's Blacks. You can see he's overweight. He's on a diet, but he doesn't stick to it. His female is Xena. She's in here. That's their nest. I have to dig that up. She gave me twins last year as well. I got 2 babies out of 1 egg. That's rare. That's Blacks. He's tame.
How old is he?
Black's around 13 years. Young male.
And you said that he's on a diet?
Well, he's supposed to be on a diet. But he begs. He's a beggar. He comes up for food when you're not supposed to give it to him. Look at the size of his gut. Hey, Blacks. But you can see how tame they are. They're no business with you. Once they begin to trust you, then you can get a lot out of them in terms of how you can relate to them. We also, if you notice the facility, it's very natural. It's actually a wetland. We are on the main wetland which is there to the sea. The sea is half a mile away. So we have created a wetland enclosed by fencing inside a wetland. So they're in their natural habitat. The only difference is they've got some chain link fence to stop them getting to fight, because some of them are very territorial. This species is not social. When they get to a certain sizes, the males start, and even the females, they like their space, and they will fight, and you don't really know. So we move them around, and we have them in different enclosures. As you can see, he's gone for a walk, and he's going to walk all around, and some of the other males will go now and rush the fence to run him away because they don't want anybody on their fence line. But he's supposed to go back to his enclosure shortly. This is over 12 foot, maybe about 700. There you are. That's a big croc. Alright, big one. Alright. You see, a lot of Jamaicans don't really understand their country. We're not educating our children. And this is something I've always talked about. Nobody, anytime people come here, I've had school trips here and the rest of it, same in St. Mary. I always ask them, why is the crocodile on coat of arms? Nobody can answer. The crocodile wasn't put there because somebody thought, oh, let's put a crocodile there. Why not put a parrot there? Why not put an iguana there? Or yellow snake? Why crocodile? Crocodiles were very symbolic in the old days among certain tribes in South America, Africa, and Southeast Asia. In fact, in Egypt, they were revered as a god. Sobek was the crocodile god in Egypt. The crocodile signifies strength, resilience, perseverance through adversity. These animals have been around 185 to 190 million years on this planet, virtually unchanged. There have been, some modifications, but basically the same form. That's pretty good for an animal to basically keep the same structure and form for so long. So obviously it worked out well. The actual design of this creature, when it evolved, seemed to work good for what it does. So this animal is supposed to relate to us as a people, signifying our strength, our perseverance through adversity, etc. But what we've done now is we've degraded the animal. We've turned the animal into something that is considered dangerous. It's like vermin. Kill it, destroy it. But then some people come along and say, whoa, people will pay money for this. We cut off the tail or cut off the forelimbs or the back legs, and the rest of it, people buy the meat and pay us some money. So all of a sudden now, crocodile has value. Look at his body posture. He's not looking to come to you. He's all stretched, he's cool. He's not arched, he's not tense, he's not hissing, he's not flaring. He's just cool. You read their language. They tell you what they're doing or what they're going to do. You just have to read the sign.